Culture vultures is generally someone who isn't actually of the culture or immersed in the culture that exploits said culture for either monetary benefit or fame notoriety, i.e. clout chasing. Now this term has recently went viral again due to how Kendrick just annihilated Drake. But in my last video, we showed how Drake is far from the first culture vulture. In this video, I'm going to show you that not only does this culture vulture thing go far past music. Wait a second, let me change my voice. Let me change it to the culture vulture voice.
There we go. In this video, I'm going to show you that not only does culture vultures go far past music,
on 6, so stop giving them niggas the address then. Stop giving them niggas the
but
address.
on social media, it has many different forms.
Hip-hop became—
Stop thinking you know more shit about black culture than f***ing black people!
This is the culture vulture KANGZ. I say KANGZ because, you know, they say we was KANGZ. So all of these guys on this list, they really want to be KANGZ. And wait till you see how a few of them violated on a whole nother level never seen before. Like this first guy, 18-year-old Matthew Peter DeLuca. Now, this white boy hails from New York City. And you want to talk about violating, then you gotta bring up Lil Mabu. Lil Mabu.
Hey, yo, dog. I'd love to kick it with you and run this whole thing, but I got a little business back in the book.
He closely resembles the character from Malibu's Most Wanted. Malibu's Most Wanted is a 2003 film about a rich kid aiming to be a rapper while his father tries to figure out schemes to dissuade his son from being a culture vulture. Well, this is him. After doing regular pop music, he said, nah, F that. I want to be where the smoke is at.
I'm too deep trying to kill shit.
Now, what was the wave at this time? Drill music. The genre of music where you kill, then talk about it. He ventured out and started collabing with some of the biggest drill stars. You might be wondering how he do that. Well, he been paying niggas, of course. He's a trust fund baby that went to private school that costs around $60K a year. Yeah, some of y'all don't even make that in a year. Matt DeLuca is son to Peter DeLuca, who runs a profitable funeral home in New York City, where they live in the illustrious Upper East Side in New York City. Who knows, maybe Lil Mabu is just trying to keep the family business going. I don't know, this might be a genius move.
Shut up, bitch! Oh my God!
He stepped his game up and got drill stars who didn't even like each other to work with him. And he's had enough time to where he probably violated more than most. Just recently, he did a video with an artist called RT.
Let the dogs outside.
Now, in this video, he's pretty much filming himself just poisoning our community. But wait, before we go too far in this video, please do me one small favor and apply pressure to that subscribe button. Yes, apply pressure to that subscribe button.
$10.
I like your hustle. Forget the water though, hop in.
Really?
Yeah, let me get you some real drip. You're a big dog now.
Big dog now.
Our community. I don't know. That seems like kidnapping to me.
Snitches get stitches, wind up in ditches.
Now he's driving his kid around, going on a mission for some licks and lollipops. Yeah, mixing the gangster with the gay stuff. How the entire FBA community ain't pouncing on this boy, it behooves me. Now, there is a nigga out in the BX waiting on him. Nah, but that's not enough. I don't wish no harm on nobody, especially him. He a kid and he be having that thing on him.
Why you lacking?
Lacking? What you mean, bro?
Like, oh, you know where you at right now? Like, but we take everything off you, bro. Like,
I'm outside Dolly. You know Mabu's body, bro.
yo, Mabu, like, what you got on you? Like, oh, he got the now.
But one thing about the streets, they have a way of correcting their own mistakes, and they rarely lose. But Lil Mabu right now, he's chilling. He's a college student. He goes to Emory. And you know what? He's doing a podcast. And guess who his guests are? Yes, some of your favorite drill rappers, including RT.
Hey, you got 5 minutes like a shit. I live for them.
Excuse me, what? You did?
I live for them.
You know what? That's good, man. Make them niggas go to school. Make them go to school. Because now, you know, most of these young cats, they ain't going to school.
Shut up, bitch!
They doing everything on social media everything on TikTok. Now, about TikTok, TikTok has become living proof how even on these Chinese apps, anything but black, WS is still integrated.
Take your fucking L and shut the fuck up.
And I know y'all saying I'm complaining Negro, okay.
You look stupid.
But we know it exists on all platforms.
There's also a lot of criticism about the algorithm. Some black creators feel like their work is still not seen as much as if they were maybe white.
I believe that the creators want more transparency with the recommendation system. The For You feed is what we call it. TikTok doesn't collect race data, so that's not how one of the factors that goes into that.
TikTok, the place where they create all the fly dances. But the problem with that is, in real life, they don't dance that fly. Hey, what's going on? Well, that's because, they didn't create those dances. Here's another surprise, they took it. It happened so much to the point where Black TikTok went on strike.
I never thought I'd live to see the day that we actually go through with it and see just how much some of y'all need us, especially with making dances that y'all can rip off and say that y'all created it.
I don't ever want to hear another white woman ever say that TikTok dances and TikTok trends aren't entirely stolen from black women, because a black woman has yet to give a dance to this song. Hear me out. Megan says, hands on my knees, shaking ass on my thought shit. And the white women said, the instructions are right there.
We're not making a dance for thought shit. Sorry, we're not making a dance for it. We just gonna let them keep flailing.
Black people, we can't have anything. We can't even have TikTok dance.
Black TikTok creators are not feeling the love, so they're striking.
Technically, that is mine.
This next culture vulture Kang reminds us of Bobby Hill from Family Guy. Oh, but Bobby gonna got a hood makeover. He got tats, he joined Actual Blood game, and Buddy did real time. Well, he went to social media to claim his culture vulture crown. They call him 1090 Jake. Now, he started off making videos about niggas.
Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake, man. I'm rocking with y'all rock.
Niggas getting a snack box robbed.
Pablo 1 would be in the streets by 12. As he got older, he was smoking and selling weed through high school.
The problem is, he was offending other snack box rockers. I don't know how you say that. He was offending snack box rockers. I guess that's how you call it, snack box rockers.
I'm just trying to figure out, 1090 Jake, what was going through your mind that you would actually put together and edit and release a video to try to destroy somebody on Christmas Day?
He then went on to do what people like him do. He went on to tell on folks, but folks loved him because he went on to tell on nothing but snitches.
Snitches get stitches, wind up in ditches.
That pushed Buddy over 1 million subs. He came for folks. Nobody white, nah. He went on BG.
Meaning it must have been placed there by the driver, who was BG. But because BG and Blunt already testified against Washington, Washington found himself in a hole he couldn't dig himself out of.
He showed videos of Rick Ross in CO school. And many others. The world was fine, even though proof came out that he snitched.
So this is actually pretty cool. 1090 Jake has been exposed once again. This time he's not going to be able to get out of it. He wrote an entire fucking page of information and gave it to the authorities in order to get himself out of solitary confinement, for which, I mean, that was his punishment. So he's trying to get out of his punishment by writing this letter to the authorities. Okay. So this is actually snitching.
Yeah, buddy, you snitched. Look, even AI said he snitched.
It says, based on the information provided, Jacob Cherry, 1090 Jake, did file a grievance detailing his version of the events, which he claimed he was assaulted by another inmate, Jimmy Horry, and then threatened by prison staff. And many prison cultures reporting another inmate's actions to authorities, especially in a written form like a grievance, can be perceived as snitching.
1090 Jake showed that he doesn't have a clue about the culture when he violated by reporting on a regular working man who's a popular YouTuber now that likes to fish. Yes, this dude just likes to fish. He made a report that this dude is a snitch.
If you follow any Florida blogs, you've likely seen Hood Fishing Entertainment, as he recently went viral after catching a whole ass shark and doing the most Florida thing possible, putting a gold chain around its neck. Rod took his shirt off saying he was shot in the back while running, showing he'd been grazed by a bullet. Rod said his friend was possibly hurt but couldn't provide the address to where the shooting occurred. Rod would say he didn't have problems with anyone, but people he knew had problems with them and vice versa. Now, did Rod snitch? At this point, that question doesn't even need an answer. But what many will say is, why does it matter? It matters because no matter how much you change your life for the better, whether you put the guns down to pick up a fishing rod or you put the drugs down to pick up a football, the people in life that don't see the greater things in life will always be looking for someone else to blame.
Which is crazy, because coming from him, it makes it look like we can't even win. When we decide not to do a certain type of lifestyle and just go on about our lives and do the right things, we are still snitches to somebody like this guy who's just Bobby Hill. That's who he is. But the best part about this story is before we can even pounce on 1090 Jake, the white folks got on him, man. They was going for that clout.
So 1090 Jake has recently made a video about this Florida-based fishing YouTuber by the name of Hood Fishing and called him out for being a snitch. The guy he's exposing for snitching is not a gang member. He's a YouTube fisherman who is successfully making a life for himself away from the streets and is a tremendous positive influence for young people in Florida. So let me just explain really quick what happened. So the guy got shot. I guess his name's Ra. He got shot. He was in the wrong place at the wrong time. He got grazed by bullets, and then he explained what happened. And this was years ago. This is like 10 years ago. So the fact that Jake is coming out with this now just shows that this is just a money grab. Listen to what 1090 Jake says about this guy. Okay, so he never lived that life. He never even needed to change his life because he was never in anything. But for some reason, you're making a video about him, about being a snitch? That doesn't make sense. In one part of the video, he says, it doesn't matter if you change your life or not, you're always going to be a snitch. And then a couple minutes later, he says, he was never in that life at all. That's the craziest part. I mean, how stupid and bloated could someone possibly be?
And I predict that 1090 Jake will be just fine as long as he don't go outside in the wrong area. But then again, he's in a gang member, man. Gang members don't do nothing to white folks, man. They let them, I don't know, man.
Who you dealing with? I'm Malibu's most wanted, y'all.
Now this next one, he might be my favorite, because I'm not a big fan of gang members. Look, I spent over 15 years in LA, and I saw how gang banging is just the biggest black on black culprit today that we have in America. Yes, as gang members ain't worth shit. I'm just gonna say. The biggest part that I don't like about these gang members is they totally cool, calm, and collective when white people are around. When black people come around or other colored people come around, they like to buck up. Well, this white guy figured it all out. Adam 22, he created a show where we get to watch all this gang banging shit go. He is into porn and he do be letting other men smash his girl, but we ain't gonna talk about that right now.
Only 40 come through that motherfucker is Pee Wee and Lil Vernon, nigga.
The arguing.
Bro, talk about bro. Hey, stop playing before I smack shit out.
The crying.
Nigga, if you niggas got underlying conditions, nigga, hate the hood, nigga.
The fighting.
Do it.
Fuck on. Hey, no. Watch out, we ain't doing that here.
The almost fighting.
What's
hey,
up?
On pop. Hey, listen. Hold on.
What up? What's up?
The crying.
Bitch, the only reason I ain't come outside and kill one of you niggas, cause I was in front of these white niggas.
The snitching.
Well, hey, nigga, I got more murders than you got squabbles.
In the hood, nigga. Dead homies, nigga.
They're telling on each other.
What if you got other people doing it?
I would want to know.
No, but you would have that same type of energy with them?
We would have to have a talk, yeah, for sure.
Oh, you would have to have a talk? You wouldn't have the same energy?
Well, no, I would have the same energy.
Okay.
This is a picture of,
The almost fighting. The crying.
Nigga, with no type of drama, nigga. On SC, nigga.
I mean, these niggas is about to fight every single week.
I'm going out there. I didn't know y'all serious like that.
But for Adam, whether it's entertaining or not, it shows that he really does not know the gangbanging culture. And because he's white, he might not have to. Some of these guys he hired, he be bringing their ops around.
Adam 22, I will blame you for instigating. And truthfully, I don't think you understand this game that you playing. But you playing a very dangerous game. And anytime that you can, you bring one of his ops to the work environment. That's not healthy.
He just let these guys come in and just disrespect the fuck out of people's set.
On 6-0, stop giving them niggas the address then. Stop giving them niggas the address then.
Calm down, bro. Chill out.
Stop giving niggas the address, nigga.
Don't nobody do nothing. Now, if I ran a show like that, it wouldn't get past 2 or 3 months. I wouldn't be here talking to you right now. But they want to let this white guy instigate them, get them all to fight. Go ahead, man. Well, let's watch these motherfuckers fight in front of this white guy. What do they call them? The Mandingo fights? Who cares how it makes us look? Do the Mandingo fights. I'm all for it. Fight for this white man. Eventually, somebody gonna get some ideas in their head, and I'm just gonna leave it right there.
Bro, no way. No way. Yo, Adam, what you doing, bro?
Now, this Culture Vulture video would not be right if I didn't mention the Culture Vulture, DJ Vlad himself. This man been Culture Vulturing before YouTube even got here. Before Drake even met Lil Wayne, he been Culture Vulturing before Lil Mabu parents kicked out their first black kid from their penthouse. Now that's fucking bars. That's bars. Pretty much, he been at this for a while. It was obvious what he was. Yeah, you heard.
I actually understand why the song was taken off the country charts. Why? Here's why. Let's just say a country singer, someone that's been doing, putting out country songs on his YouTube channel for a couple of years, who's a standard, country guy who plays the guitar and talks about country music type stuff. He decides one day, you know something, I'm going to just play around and switch it up. I'm going to go ahead and make a hip hop song. And in the song, I'm going to talk about wearing gold chains and smoking blunts and a bunch of stereotypical stuff that non-hip hop people look at rappers and associate themselves with. And the song suddenly starts to chart because it's catchy and it gets on the hip hop charts. I think most hip hop people would look at that and say, man, get this parody song off these charts.
Do we? Because you've described Post Malone right there. You just described Post Malone. The fuck are you talking about? The fuck are you talking about? Post Malone.
Let's take a look at Post Malone.
Post Malone used to do folk music, bro. Post Malone admittedly sits around with a guitar and comes up with his melodies on the fucking floor with him and his brother, and that's where they come up with. He was a folk singer who did everything that you're talking about right now. And I seen him up and down. Cause accepted him. Nobody stopped him from being on the fucking hip hop charts. Nobody said nothing.
Yeah, but these niggas let him go ahead and say all this dumb shit. They kept showing up to do a show. He didn't stop there. He really gave himself away during the Kendrick and Drake beef when he did the most Culture Vulture thing you can do and brought up mixing. Yeah, he brought up mixing.
And I tweet my opinion. In this particular case, I tweeted that the mix quality of Kendrick's new song just, I think, takes away from the record.
And then he doubled down, and when he tried to get this black Princeton professor fired from her job for expressing herself against him on X.
Out of nowhere, this woman that I don't know, her response, she tweeted me, said, "You are white. This is black folk business." Ivy League professor is telling somebody because they're white, they can't comment on the sound quality of a song made by a black person? That's insane.
Right. He didn't stop to think, man, this black woman probably went through a lot just to be a professor at Princeton. Nah, he said, nah, I'm just gonna try to take it away from me. And what happened next? Not a damn thing. He continued to have guests. He got Bootsy on there, Marcus Wiley. He just started up a new podcast with Ari Spears.
The first episode of
the Black Russian Podcast.
That's right. We just came up with the name just now.
Yeah. You Russian, I'm black Russian. Get
the
it?
Black Russian Podcast.
Yeah.
You're the only person to get me on camera right here.
I'm special, nigga.
And none of these guys said nothing, not even D.L. Hughley. And D.L. Hughley got something to say about everything that got something to do with race, but for some reason, he quiet about this. And I will say, after many people such as myself went after DJ Vlad for trying to cancel someone just for expressing themselves.
Hip-hop became...
Stop thinking you know more shit about black culture than f***ing black people!
DJ Vlad apologized online twice. He apologized. He tweeted out, "I'm sorry," twice on X. Yeah.
Vlad finally apologized for trying to threaten this professor. Professor Jenkins at Princeton. He doesn't usually apologize for a lot of things, you know what I mean? Vlad has always made money off of us. The disrespect, just shows that white privilege, you know what I mean? That white privilege kicks in, but a lot of times people just use us for monetary value and don't see us as human beings. But I'm glad he at least apologized. The professor stood strong, and he was with this Kendrick and Drake thing. She was like, "Yo, why don't you stay out of this, man?" I thought that was great. And I'm glad that she stood her ground and he had to apologize.
You know what, though? That seems to be enough. It does. It seems to be enough until around and do something like this again. And then we have to turn around and ask ourselves, why are we still even talking about this man or even watching him? And why are some of us even on his shows? Then I gotta do a whole nother video about it. Then guess what? Well, I think you already know. The cycle starts all over again. That's just how it goes. But let's not forget the fact that he is a vulture king. But you tell me in the comment section who I might have missed out on and who your favorite culture vulture in this video is. And if you like this video, I'm pretty sure you'll like my video where I talk about the 4 fathers of culture vulturing and how Jim Carrey pretty much destroyed their careers. And oh wait, before I go, let me go back
to my real voice. Here we go. Yeah. Yes, my real voice. Well, you know how we like to end our videos over here at Moxy Approved, right? With that water. I see y'all here next time on Moxy Approved.
Please join my Discord, link in the description.